Okay, this is number 5, and what I want to point out is that to do this by hand is it's certainly doable. It's got nice answers. However, it's quite tedious, even with an augmented matrix or um, linear algebra, whatever. They're always tedious. People really don't enjoy doing these things. I will say this is kind of not in line with what Wells normally does. Wells normally gives problems that require a good deal of thinking to get through, and this one's just a lot of work that you got to get to the end of it. So I want to just certainly show you that a computer can do this quite quickly. I'll reset it. I'll define the variables. It appears that the variables are u, x, y, and z. And I'll say the variables. And the variables are as follows: x, y, I'm sorry, u, I misspoke. X, y, and z. I'll look up from my typewriter to make sure I did that right. U, x, y, z. They are variables. U, x, y, z. Return. I'm going to define an equation now. EQ1 is being assigned u plus 3 times x minus 2 times y minus z equals, a double equal sign represents an equality in Sage, minus 3. Equation 2, EQ2, that's going to be twice u, 2 times u, minus x, minus y, plus 3 times z, and that equals 23. As even typing in is tedious, right? So equation 3, EQ3, is equal to u plus x plus 3 times y. You notice I use the star for multiplication. That is necessary in Sage. 2 star z, and that equals minus 12. Right, the next one up is 3 star u minus 2 star x. Whoops, I forgot to say it's equation 4, didn't I? EQ4 is, it's being assigned by the way, 3 star u minus 2 star x plus y plus z, and that is represented by the number 22. All right, so for the students that trug through this and got the answers, good for you. Whether you used a matrix or whatever you did to solve it is fine. If you use a computer, though, I don't think it's really great to use a computer, but you should learn how to use a computer. And what I want to do is solve it now. Solve. And I'm solving a system of equations, and there's 4 equations, so I'll just type it in: EQ1, EQ2, EQ3, EQ4. And that's a listing of 4 equations. And what do I solve it for? U, x, y, and z. And you notice how quick Sage was able to do that. It's remarkable, by the way. We'd say u is 5, x is minus 4, y is minus 3, and z is 2. Now, by the way, while I'm here, I want to point out there's another problem in the problem set that is quite difficult to do. But I'll do it by hand when I get there. And that's number 10. So I'm going to do number 10. And what do I got? I got 3 variables, x, y, and z, 3 equations. So I'm going to type this in now, EQ1, new equation. It's going to be x. Whoops, I got some other variables here, don't I? And what are they? The variables are going to be a, b, and c. In Sage, you need to define your variables or parameters, depending on how you look at these things. But I don't know what they are, so I'll just say they're variable constants. So variable, and I'm going to say a, and I'm going to say b, and I'm going to say c. And again, I'll do this one by hand when I get there. Whoops. And let's define our equations. EQ1 is x divided by the quantity a plus b minus the quantity y plus b divided by c, and that equals 0. Here's equation 1. EQ2 is equal to y divided by the quantity b plus c. And I haven't tried this yet, so maybe it's not going to work as advertised. Maybe it's going to make Sage choke. Sometimes it does because I'm not that of an expert at using Sage. And that equals 0. All right, and then it's the last equation is going to be equation 3, EQ3 is going to be z divided by the quantity c plus a minus the quantity x plus a divided by b, and that equals 0. All right, now I'm going to solve, SOLVE. By the way, when I use the placeholder EQ1, there's nothing special about that, or EQ2 or EQ3. It's my way of remembering that's equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. It's an abbreviation. You could use a different abbreviation if you want. So I'm going to solve a list. This is system equations, EQ1, EQ2, EQ3, and that's a list. I'll close the list out now. And what do I want to solve for? I want to solve for the variables x, y, and z. X, y, and z. And let's see what happens. And what does it give me? Well, it was really kind of quick too again. What does it give me? And you'll see when I get to this problem in the problem set that it's quite problematic. It says x is minus a minus b. It says y is minus b minus c. And it goes on to say z is equal to minus a minus c. All right? So I'm going to get back to doing problems on paper then, okay, or the whiteboard. Thank you so much for paying attention, though.